everybody, 12 square gold. I'm Aphrodite Rose Starfire and welcome. Thank you for joining me. So today I wanted to talk about our pearly whites. So I wore my pearls for the occasion, and MKultra. But first, I also wanted to note that in honor of Persephone, I'm wearing 7 pieces of jewelry, including my headband and my earrings count as one, for all you nitpickers out there. For Persephone using her 7 pieces of jewelry to get out of hell. So when I've mentioned this subject to my friends, like, they're really interested, and I've always felt there's something connected with teeth and with, you know, our culture. And about a year ago, when I started my spiritual awakening, I started like brainstorming about teeth, and it's been a long process, and so I apologize if it's a little disjointed, but I'm making connections, and there's something here. So MKultra, if you're not familiar, I suggest you look it up. But it, you know, MKultra, Project Bluebeam, it's basically a way of programming your actions and behaviors for Americans and, you know, westernized civilization. And it's pervasive into, you know, everything that you do, your thoughts, how you value, you structure your value system. And like, you hear about MKultra and the celebrities and people that are, you know, MKultra or whatever. And the main way of doing that is through trauma-based mind control. And so that's, you know, usually through some kind of abuse during childhood. So if you grew up in a family where you were, you know, fortunate enough not to be physically abused or, you know, emotionally abused or any other kind of abuse, there needs to be a way to put this trauma-based mind control on the masses, right? And a way to get them to be susceptible to different thoughts and to be able to disassociate and fractalize themselves, separating their self from their body, maybe making different alters, and a way that most children get that regardless is at the dentist's office. Sorry to say. So you think about a little kid going to the dentist for the first time. They walk into the room and there's the dental chair. First thing you sit in, strap the chain on you, right? You got the trays, you know, they're like restraints, and then, you know, this big strobe like comes in, you know, and it totally reminds me of like the movie The Clockwork Orange, where he's in the chair with like the, you know, things in his eyes, or some alien abduction movies. It's interesting how like the position for getting your teeth cleaned and going to the dentist is the same as torture in lots of movies. So, you know, you're in the chair, right? Now you have this man coming at you, you know, where you have your center of consciousness, with needles, with picks, with drills, telling you to hold still. One time when I went to Mexico, you know, I met a couple at the pool, and she was like a dental hygienist at a pediatric dental office, and she was telling me it was like a lower income patient population, and so some children, they needed their teeth worked on or whatever, fillings, and maybe the parent couldn't afford nitrous oxide, or the kid was just scared, but they would strap the kid to this board. I think it was called a pony board or something like that, but it just sounded horrific, like, and they just went through it while the child is screaming. So what do you have to do? Like, you're in the chair, so you have to disassociate. You have to, like, make your mind go somewhere and not think about the pain or the person in your face with needles and sharp objects hurting you. And you have to think about something else. You have to go somewhere else. And that's a skill. That's something that you have to learn how to do. And it's interesting to me that most children go through this type of indoctrination, or at least this kind of experience, as part of a normal childhood experience. And all of this for what? Basically, it's like a fluoride delivery device, a whole system of getting fluoride into your body. And we know that fluoride is meant to calcify your pineal gland, your third eye, so that you're less susceptible to your psychic abilities or to interacting with other dimensions or entities or whatever you would like to believe. But basically, it shuts down your brain function. I had dentists always putting fluoride treatments on my teeth. Reinforcing brushing with fluoride toothpaste at home. You wanted to, do good for the dentist. I know even when I was born in the early 1980s, they told my mother to give me fluoride pills as a baby. They said it was going to strengthen my teeth. So she did, and I ended up having like really white stain. It was, thank God they were white, but it was bright white stains on my front teeth, and they said it was from the fluoride that I got as a baby. So then you go into puberty, right? And I grew up in a small town where everybody had basically the same orthodontist, and you get graduated trauma-based mind control, where you have braces, retainers, rubber bands, headgear. I mean, just thinking about the concepts of, pulling teeth. And the whole time I had braces, and, everybody I went to school with had braces. It was kind of like a rite of passage, and it would give you such bad headaches. And every time you go, what they play Disney movies. Talk about like programming right there in the chair, with some pain, like really drill it in there. And then, then you have your wisdom teeth. Why did they call it wisdom teeth? Right? It's supposedly because they come in, when you get your wisdom, like your wise 18, 21-year-old. But it's, everybody's supposed to have them out, and it's like a natural part of our body. It's kind of, I'm always looking for another reason why. And, the name is something. And I've heard that, your teeth are crystals, and your skull as a whole is full of sinuses and cavities where sound resonates inside, and that's how we make, our sound and how we hear. And maybe wisdom teeth are, our teeth vibrate to sounds, and maybe they're antenna receptors for divine downloads, whatever connections to, we don't know. but they want to take them out, and that I had a horrible wisdom teeth experience. It's usually done under conscious sedation, with, you know, amnesic drugs like Versed and Valium. Usually they give you some fentanyl. So there you go, is another exposure to narcotics. Oh, and also interesting, this part of your mandible, this part of your bone is called the mental bone. You know, it's like, well, is there some connection between, you know, cognition and wisdom with your teeth? And that's where there's a little hole called the mental foramen. That's where your mental artery, nerve, and vein come out of. So when I was like thinking about how to do this video, I thought it'd be a good idea. I should start brainstorming like different terms for teeth and, you know, anything I could think of, see what matches or what, you know, what bridges I can make. And I got a total download